Right, we're off.
Good evening, hope you're sitting comfortably. Put a pound in the box to ease your conscience. Put a pound in the box and pretend you care. Put a cross in the box, choose your oppression. Put a cross in the box, pretend you care. One nation under constant surveillance, the powers that be demand your compliance, pacified and sedated by the pleasures you choose. All the treasures created to colour your views. If you choose to live within your comfort zone, subdued and relaxed in your beautiful home, seduced and protected by the treasures you buy, to work and consume till the moment you die. Put a pound in the box to ease your conscience. Put a pound in the box, pretend you care. Put a cross in the box, choose your oppression. Put a cross in the box, pretend you care. Second World War, the Nazis performed experiments on the Jews. With the progress of medical science, they found a different species to use. Scapegoats of today's mad scientists are monkeys, mice, dogs and rabbits. Bodies are poisoned with deadly chemicals to test mankind's bad habits. No anaesthetic is given to relieve their suffering. Death is the only escape from the pain. Force-fed substances like bleach and alcohol, cruelly tortured for financial gain. Secret laboratories with government aid, millions of innocent creatures die. For all this pain, you're none the wiser. You choose not to hear when the poor buggers cry. No one's allowed access to inspect the tests. A blanket of lies covers up the truth. Authorities argue their crimes are humane. They never produce the proof. This country's leaders condone the slaughter. What else will they choose to allow? Tomorrow's mice back to you lot. So fight for the animals now. This one's called The Very Angry Raspberry. It's about having a brain hemorrhage years ago, and a friend of mine, Moggy, who had a stroke. And this was about raising awareness and a bit of money for the Stroke Association. Thank you. There's a computer inside my head, controls my body, my arms and legs. Nerves like wires convey my senses, relaying commands to my body's defences. Fabulous design in blood and flesh. How we evolved is anyone's guess. I'm not that special, just another human. I thought I could handle the danger looming. I might seem somewhat pathetic. You're politely sympathetic, but please don't pity me. I don't require your sympathy. It was working perfectly for 50 odd years, then one sad day, everyone's worst fears. A fire in the corner that no one sees. No real symptoms like a common disease. No warning signs, just a quick explosion. On the circuit board, just natural corrosion. Burnt out connections, withered and died. Life changed suddenly behind these eyes. I might seem somewhat pathetic. You're politely sympathetic, but please don't pity me. I don't require your empathy. I can taste the frustration with every single breath. It's no exaggeration. There are worse things than death. There are worse things than prison, like living in a cage, and no one sees the shackles on your limbs that cause the rage. Some seek solace in a bottle, though it's over way too soon. Some seek comfort in a needle, trying to reach the moon. Some search for peace in God, hoping for someplace nice. But I know there's nothing out there, 'cause I've been there once or twice. They label me a raspberry, they think I'm just a crip, but I'm still a human being, so please don't take the rip. They smile at the raspberry, dismiss me as a crip, but I'm half a human being, so please don't take the rip. This one's called Jolly Coppers on Parade. Great British policemen, Jolly Coppers on Parade. They'll always be to help you, no need to be afraid. Highly trained marksman in full riot gear. He's got his trigger finger itchy, he wants to stick it in your ear. Talking to himself now, staring down the scope. It's not a sign of madness, it's just a way to cope with the pressure of the job and all it entails. Little details go astray when health and safety fails. Watch the target real close, anticipating his move. You're protecting your mates, you've got a lot to prove. It's a split second reflex, you've only got one chance. Power over life and death in your sweaty hands. The police inquiry cleared you, that's all real enough. Little boys' games can be deadly, bigger boys play too rough. The body on the concrete, 12-year-old lies dead. You find 3 warning shots in the back of his head. 3 warning shots. 3 warning shots. 3 warning shots. Straight through the back of his head. Thank you very much. This one's called The War on Slugs. The war on slugs has become an obsession. Sneaky little creatures that come round messing up my kitchen in the stone dead of night. They always wait until I switch off the light. At getting through tiny holes, they're extremely deft. They need to eat the detritus that we have left. A little bit of food that I have dropped. They're on it with the speed of a motorway cop. I am not convinced I can easily stop. Slimy little buggers might be for the chop. I couldn't be a Buddhist. I'm not that fond of orange, and nothing rhymes with that, so I'm sucking on a lozenge. All the sunbed girls, they shouldn't be that shade. looking like they've been tangoed with fizzy lemonade. Like a 1970s Manchester bus, you've got a pale complexion, you're not one of us. Bus drivers all had cars, brown or orange, and note rhymes with that, so I'm filling this syringe. Squirting beer into the gaps, all around the sink. Copper tape round the overflow might work, I think. Apparently if you throw them over the garden wall, they always find their way back. Their sat-navs must be small. They leave their sticky slimy trails across my chopping board. With my Japanese chef's knife, they will slime no more. My dear old dad let me play with guns. I have a pretty good eye. So I shot a man in Tesco just to watch him die. Sorry I'm going off in a tangent, but it's better than a tangerine. And lots of worms rhyme with that as I load my magazine. Slugs are driving me insane, do you know what I mean? Driving me to distraction, wherever that might be. An Armalite might be overkill, but I'm venting my spleen. Slugs are winning the battle, as ricochets can be mean. Slugs have driven me insane, now the kitchen needs a clean. Slugs have driven me insane, please pass me Mr. Sheen. Not Barry, not Barry, not Barry. Was it Revolting Children? This one's called Are Your Children Revolting? Well, they should be. All the children of the revolution, can you tell me just what has occurred? It appears as if insurrection has nowadays become a dirty word. I wonder where all the anger went. Maybe it's gone to anger management. Maybe bought off with a lifestyle choice. All the shiny gadgets to silence your voice. Whatever happened to the counterculture? Where did all the protesters go? Did we really believe in no future 45 years ago? Where is the noise of youthful resistance? Are they screaming in the darkness still? The barricades have long since come down, the brain deadened and the spirit killed. Now they dance to a corporate drumbeat, separated by fashion into disparate tribes. Will they stand up and try to make a difference, or hold their hand up to accept the bribes? You've only got one voice. You've only got one choice. This is your last and final chance. Stand up for something or simply dance. Thank you very much. This one's called Manchester's Sound. Lounging about down Oxford Road, the Bowie freaks and Roxy clones, dressing up and dressing down, looking sharp, just hanging round. Some lads came from London town with attitude and a different sound. Tight trousers, torn shirts and yellow teeth, exuding the power of self-belief. A bomb goes off in the minds of those who realise it's not just a pose. Something different is now allowed. A small audience becomes a crowd. Take the 17 bus down Rochdale Road on a Sunday night in the rain and cold. Some good, some great, some wearing suits, all dancing now in baseball boots. Dodging bricks and Perry boys, keen to hear this great new noise. All jump on stage and try their best with stolen guitars and an old string vest. With love and joy and a couple of chords, armed with several well-chosen words. The papers feared a youthful revolt. They blamed Rick Wakeman, though it wasn't his fault. They said, you can't play. We said, who cares? We will no longer just sit and stare at bands with light shows and greasy air, while the stench of patchouli chokes the air. The 20-minute solos of great renown bored us witless and brought us down. Give us Ramones songs, short and sweet, to Collyhurst from the New York street. Now 40 years have been and gone, the beautiful attitude rumbles on. Some of us are frankly still around. We'll always remember that Manchester's sound. Yeah, we still remember that Manchester's sound. Thank you. This one's called Participate or Get Off the Pot. You like to buy a ticket for the revolution, book a front row seat for a frontline view, or would you really rather make a contribution through an 0800 number like you usually do? You like to try a taste of treason and sedition, to undermine the powers that be from within? Or would you really rather just sign a petition, put your feet up by the telly, pour another stiff gin? You read the right books, despite all the rhetoric. Argue all night with your intellectual friends. Abide by the rules like a proper little anarchist. Expose the weekend warriors that love to pretend. Expose those weekend warriors, those lovely keyboard warriors that love to pretend their opinion means something special. Crushed by the weight of coffee table literature, frightened by the anger of the people on the street, choking on the stench of self-serving righteousness. Will you ever find a slogan to make your life complete? Will you ever find a slogan? Will you ever find a cause? Will you ever find a t-shirt to make your little life complete? Thank you. The Vatican protects the paedophile priests, immune from prosecution. The perverts hide behind the grand facade of respectable institution. They pray on their knees for divine forgiveness, prey upon a frightened child, abuse of position of power and privilege. The fascist pontiff smiles. The imam teaches using fear and violence behind the locked mosque doors, bullying tactics that brutalise children the outside world ignores. They pray on their knees for divine forgiveness, prey upon a frightened child, abuse of position of power and privilege. The twisted prophet smiles. The clerics, the pontiffs, teachers and priests, poisonous doctrines turns men into beasts. The beatings, the torture, the rape and abuse. Is this your godliness, your rancid excuse? Whatever your colour, your creed or beliefs, whoever you follow like brainwashed sheep, whoever you worship, your imaginary friends will never be real, they're all just pretend. Hide behind your faith, praying for our souls, getting off beneath your robes on power and control. No afterlife to yearn for, no judgment to fear. Organised religion ensures that hell is here. Thank you. This is the last one, I think. This one's called I Still Hate Thatcher. Politicians are faceless drones with very few obvious redeeming features, insipid civil servile test tube clones, slithering around like spineless creatures. The blurred definitions of right and left only serve to smudge the party lines. Absurd grey robots ideologically bereft make me hanker after harsher times. I despise George Bush, I never trusted Blair. When it comes to Boris Johnson, be very, very scared. But I still fucking hate Thatcher. I will always fucking hate Thatcher. Thatcher got a state funeral with a 21 gun salute. So I took mine. Did you take yours? Tucked inside a morning suit. A busload of musicians would be lining up to play to entertain the millions who were dancing on her grave. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I despise George Bush, I never trusted Blair. When it comes to Boris and his mates, be very, very scared. But I still fucking hate Thatcher. I will always fucking hate Thatcher. For the unions, the squaddies and the unemployed. All the lives that witch destroyed. All the souls that she bought and sold. The miners left out in the cold. The newspapers lied, the fans got the blame. 96 dead at a football game. The policeman lied, the fans got the blame. 96 dead at a football game. Some people say forgive and forget. I'm sure they're taking the piss. Some people say forgive and forget. I'm convinced they're taking the piss. Close communities torn asunder. All the people that they had murdered, while protecting all the paedophiles, hiding deep in Westminster files. For all she did and all she said, we should all rejoice. Now Thatcher's dead. Never forgive, never forget. Always look over your shoulder. There's another one coming. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you're enjoying lockdown. See you later.